If you're having issues printing with your Epson EcoTank 2800, then stay tuned because today I have a solution for you. Hey YouTube, what is going on? Brandon here with another printer repair video, and today we've got the Epson EcoTank 2800. Essentially, if this printer is printing blank pages, not able to print a certain color, you have lines coming up in your prints or choppy prints, or you have an overall and general print quality issue, you're going to want to watch this entire video because I'm going to show you the solution to that problem. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. Everything printer related is what you're going to find on this channel. Printer unboxings, printer recommendations, and then repair videos such as this one. So if this video does end up being helpful, please make sure to like. Any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Also, for your convenience and for additional support, if you don't find everything you need within this video, then what you can do is you can go to bestprinterstech.com. There's a link to that website down in the description below. It is a support website 100% geared towards helping you get to the point where you can fix your printer and get back to printing normally again. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and really show your appreciation because you saved a lot of money or saved time, hassle, whatever it is, you can actually leave a donation. There's a super thanks donation button down below. So there's a lot of resources down below this video to help you with a whole host of different things and to help support this channel as well, which is always greatly appreciated. The solution to the problem that you're experiencing with this printer is actually this Printhead Cleaning Kit. This is the Best Printers Printhead Cleaning Kit, and there's going to be a link for it down in the description below. You can pause the video, go down there, click the link, and get one coming on the way, and then watch the rest of this video. Of course, you may want to watch this video again once you actually receive it. Basically, you're going to have cleaning fluid, you're going to have a 20 milliliter syringe, and then you're going to have some attachments, which I'll talk about which ones you would actually need for this specific printer. You have some gloves in here, and you have, as I said, different attachments for different types of print heads. Here we have our cleaning solution, and you've got your 20 milliliter syringe. So I'm going to show you how to use all of these items that come in the box. There's also an instructional page in here that will help you along with the instructions in this video. Follow the instructions in this video, but also the instructions that come in the packaging do kind of transcend this video, and they're timeless. And so if it talks in there about waiting 24 hours before you power your printer back on, but I don't mention it in this video, go with the, I guess you would say, more extreme version of the instructions, just as far as safety and doing things so that the printer does not get damaged. There are going to be other products that I end up talking about within this video, and there will be links for those products down in the description below. Alright, so without any further ado, why don't we get started with this repair? Alright, so the very first thing we need to do is we need to actually get the print head unlocked. In order to do that, we need to go into the settings, and we can print off a sheet of paper. If we print off the nozzle check, that will print that report, and printing off that report will allow the print head to be unlocked. As soon as it starts printing and you hear the print head moving back and forth, you can unplug the printer, and that will be the very first thing we need to do in order to start this print head cleaning. This is the prep work that needs to be done, unplugging with the print head unlocked, and then we need access to the print head. With this printer model, it's going to be different than any other printer model, and so what you want to do is you want to flip down. There's a flap there, and you're going to flip that down. Once that's flipped down, you're going to be able to lift it, and it's actually going to have a piece that is holding up the top of the printer. There you see where I'm pointing is the print head, and so what we need to do is get that to the middle so we can work on it. And here is the piece that is holding the top of the printer up, and so all we need to do is we need to unloosen this, and really you will need to disconnect it. So you're going to want to hold one piece of the printer, and then you're going to pull up on this, not to the point where you're breaking it, but there is a way to pull it off to the side and then lift up, and it will come out. It's not a very hard process. Once that piece is loose and is detached from the rest of the printer, when you're doing this process, just be careful with these cables at the back of the printer. They can get disconnected. And what I just did there was I actually took the front flap that's on the printer, and I'm using it to wedge it and hold it up. So now you have full access to the print head. I hope I gave a good explanation of what it is you actually need to do. Here is the report that we are going to print off, and it did print. Now that just needs to be removed. And what we're going to be placing under the printhead is actually some paper towel. We're going to fold this up several times until it is thin enough and can fit directly under the printhead. Once it's folded up and you kind of flatten it out as much as possible, you're going to lay it down in that bottom tray where the paper is going to pass through, and this is where the printhead actually prints onto the paper. But instead of paper, you're going to have this paper towel. This is going to catch all of the excess fluid and dried up ink. Now, taking off this top plastic cover is very easy. All it is just moving it to one side to the other and then flipping that one piece until it is removed. So once you're able to safely remove it, make sure you don't break it. It's a gentle process that you need to do with that. Now you can begin to remove what I call the makeshift cartridges. These are simply empty cartridges where ink is basically pushed through them to the printhead. And usually they do have some ink in them, but these are rarely the issue. So we're going to remove these, and what we're going to do is we're going to get directly to the printhead. This is where we're going to use the Best Printhead Cleaning Kit, and you actually don't need any attachments. You're just going to use the tubing that's already attached to the syringe with the cleaning fluid installed. Now, before you started this cleaning, you should have determined what color is giving you the most issues. And with that determination, that is the color you're going to focus on cleaning. Now, this first nozzle is going to be the black nozzle. The one after that is going to be the yellow. The third one is going to be magenta. And the last one, all the way to the right, is going to be cyan. So just remember that order. And if you have an issue with your black nozzle, you're going to clean out the black nozzle. I would push at least 10 milliliters at first. If you have a major issue, if you're printing blank pages, no colors are printing, then you're going to have to do this to all of the colors. However, if you're only having an issue with one or two colors, simply clean those two colors. Do 10 milliliters at a time. If it's just one color, do a whole 20 milliliters at a time. And you also want to make sure that you are using gloves. I'm not in this instance, so I'm using a paper towel to remove the silicone tubing. And what you want to do is you want to swap out that paper towel that is under the printhead, because that will get soaked up quite a bit when you push 10 to 15 milliliters. If you let this paper towel get too soaked, it's going to seep down into that bottom tray, and you could even have spillage outside of the printer. So you don't want that. You want to swap this out as you are going to clean the next color. I would say the max you would want to do on one paper towel is roughly 20 milliliters of fluid that you're pushing through. And once you reach that point, then you want to swap it out for sure. Have a trash can nearby so that you can toss any of this excess, waste that you're going to produce from doing this cleaning. So once the soaked up paper towel is removed, you're now going to want to fold up a new dry piece of paper towel and put that right under the printhead, just like you did the first time. And you're going to want to continue on with this process. Now, if you only had one color that was giving you an issue, I would say hit it one more time, and that would be pretty much all you need to do. But if it's more than one color or all the colors, it is going to take a bit more work, a bit more patience. And that's what this really takes, is patience. And if you're really having a hard time pushing the solution through these nozzles, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your cleaning fluid and warm it up before you apply it again. In other words, if you have some in the syringe, kind of spray that out into a container where you can warm up that solution. And then you're going to want to apply warmed up cleaning solution to these nozzles. So the next nozzle I'm going to be cleaning is actually the magenta nozzle, which is the third nozzle. And in this case, I'm giving you an example of two nozzles that are dirty, one off to the side. The first one, which is the black nozzle, and now the magenta nozzle is the one we're cleaning out. So this one, we're going to push about 10 to 15 milliliters through as well. And so once we've totally pushed through that cleaning fluid, we're going to be done with this cleaning. But of course, for you, it's going to be different. You can do more, you can do less. I would always highly advise to do more cleaning than less, because that way you don't have to come in here again and do this whole process over again. although that may be what is required for you to actually get the results that you need. Now, just quickly, another note on applying this cleaning fluid: you shouldn't really have to struggle or push really hard. It should be a gentle flow, gently pushing the cleaning fluid through the print head. Now, what ends up happening is ink gets dried up in these print heads. It's the most common problem that they have. And so what we are doing is we are pushing out that dried up ink and loosening up that flow so that when new ink is pushed into the system, and we'll do that later on in the video, then it's going to be able to flow the way it needs to, and that's going to get you the print quality that you need, and or not printing blank pages anymore, to the point where you're printing very good quality, like as if you had first gotten the printer. Once you're done with this cleaning, you're going to return these cartridges. Remember, it's black, yellow, which looks a little bit orange, and then it's going to be magenta. And finally, the last color is going to be cyan or blue. Now, you want to make sure that everything is dry, so you want to pat things down anywhere where there's moisture. You want to make sure that's dried up, and you're going to actually wait 24 hours before you power on this printer. That's very, very important. You're going to wait 24 to, I would even add 48 hours to make sure that any fluid that may have gone on any electrical components is able to dry. Once that period of time has passed, then you can power on and do the rest of the process that I'm going to show you. Now, of course, you also need to put everything back together, and you want to make sure that nothing gets disconnected along the way. And I say that because the scanner cables on this printer actually got disconnected, and I had to connect them back in to where they needed to be, and that's because the back portion of the printer actually got disconnected and got loose. So I had to put that back in place. It's pretty simple. A whole instructional video on this is not necessary. It's simply fitting things back in place, even with that piece that connects and holds up the printer. It's really about just fitting it in place, and you might have to stretch out some of the plastic. Just make sure you don't stretch it to the point where you're breaking it. But it is possible to just kind of move things around to the point where you're able to loosen it up and remove it. And then when it's time to connect it back, like we're doing here, to be able to put it back and kind of just, shimmy it in there. Once you've done that, then you're going to be able to replace the final piece, which is that black panel that we removed initially. And once that is replaced, now we can, after having waited 24 to 48 hours, power on the printer. And the process is not over. There's one last step, a very important step we need to take here. Also, make sure to fill up the ink tanks right here before you do anything else. So I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description below for some brand new bottled Epson ink. But you're going to go to maintenance, you're going to go to power cleaning, you're going to click OK to everything, and then you're going to hit that start button for 5 seconds. And what that is going to do is it's going to push all the new ink that you've put into the printer is going to be pushed into the print head, and that is going to give you the good print quality that you need. So you're going to allow this power cleaning to run for about 11 minutes. In 11 minutes, it's going to use quite a bit of ink. At the end of that process, once you're totally done with the cleaning, you're going to want to print out a nozzle report. And that nozzle report is going to show you how all of the colors are printing out. This is exactly how it should look. There should be no breaks in the lines. There should be no, discoloration. If it's coming out like this, then you have totally solved the problem and you can begin printing normally again. I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, again, please make sure to like. Any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Remember all the product links down below. But that's really all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.